Hello, welcome back. We are excited after a very restful Sunday to be back with you this week. We are here at the Fresh Ink Festival with our second Salon concert of the festival. It is a thrilling time for us to be able to get to know each other a little bit better through what we do as musicians. And every year we ask our participants to just bring fun things that they're working on and to be able to share that in a super casual kind of way. And we're excited to be able to bring that to you via live stream tonight. So tonight we are also commemorating the historic Supreme Court decision by raising funds for the Black Trans Advocacy Coalition. And this is an organization that supports Black trans access to healthcare and supports so many things around the many issues that Black trans Americans have had with respect to access and also with respect to equity in terms of job placement and hiring practices. So this is a great organization to support, especially today. And we are also, speaking of support, very excited to be supported by the National Endowment for the Arts, by the Stephen R. Gerber Trust, the Amphion Foundation, the Aaron Copland Fund for Music, and the Kenosha Community Foundation, and also supported by Shore, which has helped us to provide microphones to all of our participants this year. So thank you all so much for your support and for making this live stream and this festival possible. And if you're interested in joining us in supporting the Black Trans Advocacy Coalition, please go ahead and use the links that are available on YouTube and on Facebook. If you're watching in either one of those two places, I'm going to be matching the first $100 in gifts, so please help me spend my money. I am excited now to introduce you to Miranda Schreiber, who is tonight's MC. She's going to do a wonderful job moderating your comments, answering any questions you have, and also introducing every performer right before they go on with their pieces. So Miranda, welcome.
Welcome to the second live performance of Fresh Ink Festival 2020 Digital Edition. My name's Miranda. I am a composer participant. I will be your MC for the night. Fifth House Ensemble hosts the Fresh Ink Festival every summer. They help emerging artists kickstart their careers, and they build a safe and fun environment where we can build a community together. And they always encourage that your network is your greatest currency. As for me personally, I've had fun getting to know people. We've eaten a lot of s'mores together. We've made virtual campfires. We heat our marshmallows over the stove. It's been a lot of fun, and I've learned a lot about business and how to sell my music, which has been helpful for me. I would like to introduce our artist. Noah Durna will be performing Whirlwind, composed by Thea Musgrave, and it is for solo oboe.
Hello, everybody. Thanks, Miranda, for the introduction. I'm Noah Durnell. I'm an oboist, and I'm connecting to you from Missoula, Montana. And in a moment, you'll hear my performance of Whirlwind by Thea Musgrave. Thea Musgrave, she's a living female Scottish composer who I really admire. She wrote Whirlwind in 2018 for Nicholas Daniel, who then premiered it for her 90th birthday celebration. The piece is a very short, very fast, really unrelenting motives. And Thea Musgrave also has a very hidden message in there where she centers on the notes B flat, A, C, and B natural, which can also translate to H in weird musical terms. And in that way, she's making an ode to Bach with Whirlwind. Without further ado, with that imagery in mind, don't blink, you'll miss it. And please enjoy Whirlwind by Thea Musgrave.
piece you just heard was Whirlwind. There's some nice imagery in there. Ever since the COVID-19 pandemic started, many of us were forced to work at home. And, we like to get kind of cozy at home. We like to wear pajama pants. And so when we go to Zoom meetings, we're often like, we want to stay cozy, but we have to wear a nice top. So what some of us do is we wear a nice top and pajama pants. And you see, we are performing on Zoom here. So I figured I would dress for the occasion and wear a nice top and pajama pants. So I just felt like being silly. And I don't know, maybe you are also wearing a nice top and pajama pants or something silly. And if you want to share a selfie in the chat, please go ahead. We'd love to see it. Comment on it, talk about it. Or if you have any funny stories regarding, wearing pajama pants to a Zoom meeting, that would be encouraged as well. This next performance will be performed by John Broiler. It is a piece named Capriccio, and the composer is Hans Werner Henze. I hope I pronounced that right. And it is performed on solo cello.
Thank you, Miranda. This piece was commissioned by Rostropovich in 1976 in honor of Paul Sacher. He was a famous Swiss conductor and a commissioner of many contemporary pieces at the time. It was his 70th birthday, and Rostropovich commissioned 12 composers to write 12 different solo cello pieces. This is one of them. Each piece is based on the notes E flat, A, C, B natural, or H, E natural, and then D, spelling out his name. So you'll hear that in the piece as well.
You just heard Capriccio, composed by Hans Martinez and performed by John Broiler. We would like to thank Hannah Pearson. Just heard Hannah Pearson, Amanda Bator, Xenia St. Charles, Florence Mack, and Brian Entwistle for the donations to tonight's fundraiser. We saw an interesting comment on the piece by Brian Entwistle regarding intensity. It's very intensely such gesture. Wow. It was a very impressive performance. Anyways, I would like to show you something fun. Since we're in the middle of COVID-19 and it feels kind of surreal and apocalyptic, I'd like to show you how to build your own DIY fortress using cans and whatnot. So you will need some cans and boxes, a blanket, and some cereal boxes. And if you have any kids, this might be fun to do with them. So the first thing we're gonna do to make your apocalyptic fortress here, you're gonna arrange these cans. And we're going to put a box over it. It's going to take me a moment here. Arrange the cans under here. Get some sturdiness. Okay, there we go. We have one part of our fort done. And we're going to do this with a couple other boxes. This will take a little while to do, so I don't expect it to get it all done right now. In fact, I think I will introduce the next performer as I finish doing this. For the next performance, we will have Parker Nelson performing New Jerusalem Way, and the composer is Arkady Shilkloper. He will be performing on horn and lute pedal.
Thanks so much, Miranda. So good evening, everybody. It's nice to probably see you out there on YouTube and Facebook. Tonight, I am thrilled to share a piece called New Jerusalem Way by Arkady Shilkloper. This is a piece that was originally off an album and I actually transcribed specifically to perform at Fresh Ink this year. And it's really special to me because it marks kind of a progression for my own music making, especially considering that we're all stuck at home and we're having to find new ways to make new experiences for our audiences. So I had a chance to meet Arkady at the International Horn Symposium in 2015, and he did a performance of one of his other pieces, which I've also done transcriptions of. And I had a chance to talk to him a lot about the equipment that he uses and start to learn about how Western classical instruments can start to use some of these tools that typically are only used in, guitars, rock bands, those kinds of things that I am certainly not. So one of the good parts about having a pre-recorded video is that I can take all of this stuff off the floor and actually show it to you. So first of all, we got our multi-effects pedal with a volume pedal to control all of that stuff. So I can add things like reverb and other fun sounds. Then I've got my loop pedal on this side, which allows me to play short little snippets, and it's actually a 2-track loop pedal, so I can play different tracks at the same time and delete things and put things back in order. So that was something that I learned directly from him, getting to talk about his music a little bit. And then this year, right before the festival started, I added this fun little piece of tech, which is just a MIDI pad that allows me to pre-record some of the things that you'll hear in this piece. So I do want to say that everything that you're going to hear, despite it being a pre-recorded video, is done live, just as if you were in front of the speakers that I have in my studio here. And this piece for me is I've done a lot of daydreaming about the kinds of tech and learning and things that I have to do in order to make this possible. So the challenge for you all tonight is to, at least once, allow your mind to wander and get lost in a daydream and see what inspirations and surprises find you there.
Hello. Hello. What you just heard was New Jerusalem by Arkady Stocklofer, performed by Parker Nelson. We got some cool comments on the piece, such as that horn sound, this is amazing. And Emmy said the looping is so cool. And it's got a beautiful sound. We'd like to thank Ben Beckman, Sabrina, and Oliver for some donations. And I would like to show you how to finish building your fort. As you can see, I hope you can see anyway, we have these boxes and they got some cans in them. It's to help them stay sturdy and to help them prevent, from moving too much. So we're just gonna try to make a roof for it in a moment here. We're basically going to put cereal boxes here. Got some massive fruit snacks here. This will be fun. I'm excited. Now, the last thing you gotta do is you gotta put a blanket on it. Getting it too far from the computer here. It's obviously not big enough to fit me, so hopefully yours is bigger and more exciting than mine, because this is pretty disappointing. I will not lie to you. But this is the basic premise. If you want to protect yourself from some zombies in the future, I mean, you got everything you need. You got food, and you got warmth. You got a blanket. So yeah, that is how to build a disappointing but maybe Fun Fortress using cans, and maybe you could use toilet paper as a substitute for them. So, anyways, for the next performance, we will have the piece I'm Still Here and Don't Come Find Me, performed by Alexis on the instrument flute with loop pedal. The performer is also the composer.
Hey everyone, my name is Lex Letourneau. I am participating in Freshing Festival this year as part of a duo called Safety Second with my duo partner Nick Martinez. But tonight we are both performing as individuals, as soloists. So thank you so much to Fifth House Ensemble for giving us that opportunity. I am a flutist and a singer today. Mostly you will actually hear singing some voice, and I'll be using Ableton rather than loop pedals, but that actually is kind of how I started this whole like creative journey. I started looping a couple years ago, and since then it has been a really fun and educational creative outlet for me. And yeah, that's slowly just looping and improvising has become songs. And so that is what I'm going to play for you today. And this is actually the first time I've performed like solo stuff that I've written. So super exciting for me. And thank you so much for watching. The first one you will hear is called I'm Still Here.
Thank you. So, as I mentioned, that first one was called I'll Be Here. So the next one, the next one that you will hear about, or the next one that you will hear is called Don't Come Find Me. It was a improvisation that I was just kind of messing around with about a month ago, and then stumbled upon the past week, and kind of just started working on it from there, because I really enjoyed it. So, ooh, that wasn't good. I'm getting the spinning wheel of death here. This is me stalling. Okay, looks like we're in business. Nope, it's back. The beauty of technology. Okay, we are here. Okay, so yes, this is called Don't Come Find Me.
Noises outside make me just want to stay in, but when I'm left with myself, I don't know what to do. All of the come find me. No, I don't wanna run away, but I don't know what to do but stay here in my room where I feel safe. Don't come find me. No, I don't wanna run away. I don't know what to do but stay. Don't come find me. Don't come find me. Don't come find me. Don't come find me. Don't come find me.
Thank you again, everyone, for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. I've been Lex Letourneau, and yeah, thank you.
That was two pieces. I'm Still Here and Don't Come Find Me by Alexis. So many great comments in the live stream going here. Marine saying, "This is so great, Alexis." Hannah Pearson, "Love the string lights." Ari saying, "The aesthetic is so beautiful." Spencer is saying, "This is stunning." And Alex saying, "This hits me right in the soul." Steve. We'd like to thank Noah for supporting tonight's fundraiser, Black Trans Advocacy Coalition. If you haven't donated, I encourage you to go ahead and do that. Also, I apologize for the failure of the fort. That was very disappointing. So I'm just hoping and praying that yours, if you decided to build one, turned out better. I don't think it could protect anyone from the zombies. But we're moving on to something fun and hopefully more successful, which is s'mores. And this is something that we all love at Fresh Ink. We are obsessed with them. And I even screwed up on breaking the graham cracker. I didn't even successfully break at the crack. It's okay. Life happens. But anyways, we all come up with some creative and innovative s'mores. And I would love for you to make a s'more now with me if you'd like. And create your own s'more. We've had such interesting inventions like Spencer. He did like a 3-course s'more. And he actually has a cooking show you can follow on YouTube. So I encourage you to go follow that. And Alexa, she made some sort of homemade marshmallow flavored like chicken or something. It was very interesting. I don't understand how did it. It seems very complicated, but props to Alexa for doing that. I would not have that much patience because it took like, I don't know, 24 hours to make the marshmallows. I don't even know, but props. So anyways, how to make a s'more at home. You just use your stovetop fire. Unless if you have an electric stove, then I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. If anyone has any ideas for a solution, be happy to give some. So, I don't know if you have any graham crackers and chocolate marshmallows with you, but I'm gonna toast mine and we can all enjoy our s'mores together. So, anyways, the next performance will be performed by Beyond Boundaries. They will perform a piece called Greek Dances. The composer is Bryden. The instruments are piano and the clarinet.
Hi, so I'm Jacob. This is Jenna. I play piano in Beyond Boundaries, and she plays clarinet. We will be performing the first and the third of Cy Brandon's 3 Greek dances.
So, with this piece, we're hoping to take you to Greece for a mini vacation. And it explores the dance styles of Kalimatiano and Hasapiko. The first being Kalimatiano, it's a 12-step line dance that is danced to a 7/8 metered music. And then the second will be the Hasapiko, which is also a line dance with a 2/4 feel. So if you get up and feel like dancing, share some videos. I'd love to see it. And we hope you enjoy our performance of Greek Dances by Cy Brandon.
All right. What you just heard was Greek Dances by Bryden, and the performer was Beyond Boundaries. We had a bunch of positive comments on this piece. Ari, now that's printed material that pops. Alexa, we're really bopping now. Alex, good. Oh, this groove's so deep. Someone also had a pro s'mores tip. Brian had this pro s'mores tip actually. He said, if you don't have access to fire, just play Alexis's music and you have plenty of fire. It's gonna get really lit. And we'd also like to thank Wyatt because we are up to $335 raised tonight. Which is pretty exciting. Anyways, back to s'mores. I don't have a real campfire for you, but I do have this stovetop fire. And I thought that maybe we could tell some fun stories around this virtual campfire on the stovetop. I don't really know any good scary stories, but if you do, you feel free to tell them. The only good story I have, which isn't even scary, but it's a real story that happened when I was in high school. I'm sure a lot of us are musicians who have had funny stories with one ensemble or another, particularly a high school marching band, which I was only in for 1 year. I was in Pitt, and yeah, we had to practice at the park across the street because the football field was often occupied for gym. So, in order to bring the xylophone and other Pitt instruments over, we had to roll them onto a trailer. And this trailer, mind you, this was some flat open face thing, not like an enclosed, trailer. It's flat open face. And we'd attach it to a golf cart. Now, we couldn't just put the Pitt instruments on there by themselves because they would fall over. So we had to take 3 of the lightest people, including myself, to go onto the trailer and hold these instruments. Then my band director, professor, would drive onto the street with the golf cart and the trailer and drive into the park. And there are so many times where the tires on the trailer, not the golf cart, but the trailer where us kids were standing without any seatbelts or anything, many times those tires popped. I know, at least a few times a week. It happened so often. And yeah, on the last day of marching band, we were heading back, and he had to fit the golf cart between these 2 wooden fence post things, just because of the way it was laid out, and he drove between them, and he accidentally took a hunk out of both of them. And he looked at us, it's like, shh, and he took these wooden chunks and threw them into the bushes, and we drove on back. And you could see and hear this metal wheel that was once a tire scraping against the road, and it sent sparks flying out. And yes, that was my experience with marching band. I don't know if anyone else has crazy experiences or funny experiences like that, but yes. Anyways, that's my fun stovetop fire story. For the next performance, we will have Nick Martinez performing Columpio on toy piano and electronics, and the composer is Angelica Negron.
Thanks, Miranda. I could totally relate. I was also in high school marching band. But my name is Nick Martinez. I'm a percussionist and pianist coming to you all from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm attending the festival as part of Safety Second with Lex, who you heard earlier. But tonight I'll be playing solo. I'll be playing Angelica Negron's piece Columpio for toy piano and electronics. And it seems I'll actually be the third performer doing some looping tonight. You'll see me queuing up some loop samples here during this piece. Columpio translates to swing from Spanish. And one thing I find so compelling about much of Angelica's music is how imaginative and transportive it is. So I invite you all to kind of take yourself mentally to a place of childhood nostalgia, perhaps even on a swing on a playground. I hope you all enjoy.
All right. You just heard Columpio, composed by Angelica Negron and performed by Nick Martinez. We had some more fun comments on that one. Alexis said, the king of the toy piano. Xenia said, well, regarding to the stovetop fire before, semi-related, the #1 movie on the day I was born was Scary Movie. Alexa said, I need to write for toy piano immediately. This is so cool. Alex says, I've never been so mesmerized by such a tiny piano. Tiny pianos are pretty cute. I kind of want one. Yeah, if you haven't donated to tonight's fundraiser, I urge you to please do so. And yeah, I think I'm going to carry on the tradition of what a previous Frushing participant did and eat a banana during, these numbers. So I'm going to eat a banana until we are ready to move on to the next performance, which is a piece titled Mirabella, performed by Jason Charney on electronics. And well, Jason is also the person who wrote it. So there you have it.
Hey everyone, the piece I'm going to share tonight is called Mirabella for Kalimba and Electronics, which was written for this very instrument here. And all of the sounds that you hear are sampled from this instrument too. It's made from a cigar box, and as you can see, Mirabella is the brand of cigars. I bought it from this instrument from a hobbyist maker here in Baltimore in 2013, and I was preparing to perform it for you live tonight, but as I was going through, it seems that with over the years, with me having moved several times, playing it a ton, and just withstood general abuse, like this giant crack on the back and all the scratches and stuff, it's not really a viable instrument for this piece. So I guess it's forever retired, which is okay, because it's already well into a second life as a noise maker in my other musical performances. So the recording that you're going to see is actually from the debut of this performance, like almost 7 years ago, which is crazy to me. But anyway, this is Mirabella for Kalimba and electronics.
All right. That was Mirabella by Jason Charney. And we have a few fun comments. Melissa said, wow, just wow. D Harminitiative 108 says, I rate this performance 5 dreamy s'mores out of 5 dreamy s'mores. Clearly, they know what Fresh Ink is about. Dreamy s'mores. And Ari says, can Miranda please narrate my life? Maybe. Anyways, we hope you enjoyed tonight's concert. We'd also like to thank for the support of organizations supporting anti-racism efforts during the festival, and we've raised $1,440 so far. So props to everyone who's donated thus far. We really appreciate it. You are making a difference. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, National Endowment for the Arts, Kenosha Community Foundation, Amphion, Aaron Copeland Fund for Music, the Stephen Gerber Trust, and they have commissioned some new works by 24 composers, which will be premiered this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we would also like to thank Schwar Mike for providing some nice microphones for some performers. So we'd like to thank you and give some congratulations to our performers.